Hopefully it's not too windy. Hello everyone. I'm gonna show you how smoky it is here in Canada. We're in the southern end of Canada. I don't know if you guys can make out the smoke. See how blue it is? Tons of smoke. Yeah. Anyhow. Tons of smoke. Blame it on Canada. Can I tell you guys what's going on? Now they've jimmied this thing around. Jingled it all around. Just so you guys could see. Blue skies, nothing but blue sky. Actually, there's one puffy little cloud there. Ooh, just one. It's very windy here. Very windy. And what direction is it blowing? I don't know. It's kind of blowing right now southwest to northeast. That's the direction, I think, somewhere around there. Anyways, so what's going on in New York? One of my videos where Harry and Meghan were chased, I think I mentioned, maybe that's where one of the FFs will be first. Look what's happening. So, thank you to the follower here who said here in central South Alberta, I think, their house smelled like mothballs outside. What does ammonium nitrate, like thousands of gallons that maybe went missing a month ago or something, or a few weeks ago, what does that smell like? I think they smell the same thing. Lots of people are reporting there's no smoke that went over the border from one side to the other. I don't know, every 4 or 5 years we get a dose of wildfires here that cause us, we already had a dose earlier, probably about another month ago. I don't know what's going on, you guys. I think, I think we're back to where we were in 2020 when we're like, maybe they're running some military operations to go get some kids. Maybe they're cleaning out some areas there to go get some kids. Maybe they're rescuing some children. Oh, wait, what's on BBC? I don't know about Fox News, but I think Fox News maybe too. 40 children were found in the Amazon from a plane crash. Why are 40 children wandering around? And where was this plane going? That's my question. Are we sure that they're from a plane crash, or is that what they're telling us? Are we going to find out something interesting? I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to much. And no, my Telegram's like lacking in the last few days because I've been working in the yard and enjoying the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather here with no smoke in the air. So that's what I've been doing. And using my handy dandy, I'll show you guys my fancy binoculars. I wish I bought these last year. They're probably, it says 9. If you guys want to know how powerful they are, you might have better ones. 1,000 yards. Oh, I thought it was 1,000 feet. What do I know? 216 feet, 1,000 yards at 9 times. 72 meters, 1,000 meters. Oh, it was 1,000 meters. That's what it was instead of feet. So a kilometer at 9 times, it says. I think that's what it means. It goes up to a kilometer. And yeah, these puppies work pretty good. I zoomed in on a helicopter that was circling around. I posted that this morning. It wouldn't go away. Like, we're quite close to Fish Creek Park, but this has been a number of times that certain helicopters are kind of just park in areas overhead and wait there. One day, a helicopter was right over top of the house where I could video it, and as soon as I went to go get my friend to show her the helicopter, it zoomed away, and I was like, what's going on here? What's going on? So, yeah, what do you guys think's going on? Blame it on Canada! So it seems like a South Park episode. I think, didn't they blame the swearing on the Canadian? Those fuckers. Anyways, just kidding. Us Canadians swearing all the time. I'm gonna read some comments if I can. I don't think I brought sunglasses here. Oh, why? See, it's not even bringing up. Oh, there. Hello. Where to smoke? Yeah, exactly. Where is the smoke? I don't know. Oh, I can't read cards because they're in my RV. I might be able to do tomorrow video from my motorhome, or I'll bring my cards out in the backyard. But I got a couple of things to do tomorrow. Some stuff with these tomato plants. We've still got to get these into their pots, and I got to do a little scientific experiment, and I'm going to document it and take pictures and measure with a measuring tape. Like, serious. This is going to be legitimate. We got one test subject that we're not doing nothing with, and then 2 that we're doing something with. So we'll see what happens with the tomatoes. We're gonna count how many tomatoes are on each. All of that stuff. I'm going to. I won't say my friend is going to. She don't got that kind of time. I do. This is my little experiment. Well, her idea, my experiment. So anyways, hi from Alberta. Oh, yes, Alberta people. I love Alberta people. I was kind of resistant about being a Alberta girl for a long time. I'm born in Saskatchewan, and my family lived in the lower mainland, which is lower BC, like by Vancouver, for many, many years. And then I moved my family out to Calgary. I've lived in Calgary 2 different times before I moved out here semi-permanently. In 1998. In August of 1998 is when I moved to the city as an adult with 2 of my children. My 3rd one was born here. So I will have to say I'm a total Calgarian, and I've lived in Alberta from 1977 I moved away for a little bit. The year Elvis died. The year Elvis died, I moved away for a little bit, and then I moved back to BC, and then I came back. So 81 until 87, I was an Alberta girl, and then from 87 again till 98, I was a BC girl. So half my life, I've been in each province, but I've also lived in Manitoba, I've also lived in Saskatchewan, and I've traveled across Canada, but not in every province. So, yeah. Now, I have a big announcement coming up, and it's very exciting, I think, anyways, and it does have to do with a new project, and I already have a name for that project. That part's exciting. And I have a person helping me so far. That's exciting. And there's many people who are offering, so thank you. What I can tell you right now, oh, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? I can tell you that it's going to be kind of like this show, but not. And what I mean by kind of like this show I consider it organic programming. I'm deprogramming. I don't ever really have a specific time I come on the show and do stuff and talk about stuff. It's at my leisure. Okay? So that part might not change. But the part that will remain the same is what the show is about from show to show, and who's going to be a part of that show, and how that will all take place. So those are the things I can tell you right now. It's exciting. Will I stop doing charts? Somebody asked me that a while ago. If I do this new show, am I going to stop doing charts? I'll do charts as need be. That's how I'll leave that. I'll leave the charts up to go with the flow. There will be elements of this program in the deprogram in the show, but in the new show, but I'm not going to be doing any more giving my opinion on what I think is going to happen, because it doesn't matter. I love you, but I want to focus on other things. So I'll do this until I'm ready to do the other one. That's all I can tell you. So, I'm just reading comments right now. That's why I'm scooched down. You can see a big Q on my hat. How are the fires? There are really no fires here. I don't know. I don't like, okay, I'll tell you why I don't think there's as many fires as there were a month ago, because I'm not choking. Okay, if there's a fire in Alberta, anywhere, it usually comes right down the mountainside through Alberta. Anybody who's lived in Alberta knows the mountains are kind of a barrier. It doesn't go out west too much unless it's a real big windstorm to push it over the mountains. So it goes all the way down the ridge of the mountains. And Calgary is about 45 minutes from the mountains. You can see the mountains from the city. It's very close to the city, so we get choked out with smog a lot and with smoke. I haven't seen any smoke in a week or 2 weeks. Actually, more than that. I don't know. I can't remember the time I came outside and I was like, ugh, but it was probably a month ago. I don't know. I'm going to have to look and see when those fires were, where they were evacuating all those people to take out their guns and not letting people go back into the property, maybe 2 weeks ago. And then if you look on the news, you can see, please pay attention to the pictures they show you on mainstream if you're following the mainstream. You can literally see lines of smoke starting like a controlled burn. They look like controlled burns in farmers' fields or something. Like it goes right to the road. It doesn't go over the road. It's only on one side of the road. Oh, it's only in that square. So there are people. Oh, and the lady, I don't know if it was in 2019 or this year. Funny story. But where I graduated, well, I didn't graduate high school. I could have there up north. A lady was charged with 37 counts of arson or something like that. Like, she's the one going around setting all these fires. Like, there's a lot of people setting the fires. And watch, they're all started at the same time, if there are fires. And if there are fires, what are the fires being used for? Smoke screens to rescue children, I'm hoping. So, these beings don't have far to go. That's what's happening. And there's supreme panic because they know, like, what's the meathead, the ugly, what's Mr. Potato from UK? Oh, Boris. Yeah, he's Mr. Potato Head. He looks like a weird Mr. Potato Head that rolled down the hill, like, with some bad, I don't know, hairdo in the first place, but it got worse. And his face is like, at the end. That's what he reminds me of. Don't even get me started about the turd that's running our country, or faux running our country, the actor. I thought it was a woman the other day, because if you looked at the brow, there's like very like woman brow. It's not and in the eyebrows weren't even in the right place, so it looked like a woman playing Trudeau. So who knows? What else was I gonna say? Oh, people have asked me about whether or not I've gotten a Q stick or a Fire Stick for Q streaming. I got a Fire Stick. Probably gonna figure out how to hook it up tonight. I'm really bad with technology, as you know, and do it that way. Now, I did see on Elon and VK were saying something about Starlink being a backup. Maybe that's like one or the other. Now, if they were to take out all the internet around the planet and they only had the ability or the capacity to monitor maybe two ports of streaming, then that would make sense for me. 1 or 2 ports. I don't know. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I'm guessing here. I'm spitballing. But yeah, it's really interesting. And I love the fact that Elon is getting in on the, is Taylor Swift actually Napoleon Dynamite? Booyah. So hilarious. I'm reading all the comments again. Good seeing you. Good seeing you too. We love you. Oh, air quality must be good. I hear lots of birds. Oh yeah, they're in very, very, very harmony, big harmony. And I'm gonna give you guys a tour of the yard one day, when it's A, not windy out, and B, after we planted the tomatoes, and then C, I gotta make sure it looks pretty. I'm kind of got the OCD about the garden. So yeah, and there's a robin that just flew in the back. And oh, my friend was like, oh, where are the blue jays? I'm like, I don't know, I haven't seen blue jays for a while. Boom, 3 blue jays show up, and I was like, okay, there they are again. So they must have been tending to their young ones. The first little hatchlings are out. They're so cute. The sparrows and finches, they're all out there. And today, I told you guys about the squirrel, little Sammy. He lost a fight today. Big Fat Tina, which I'm sure is a guy squirrel. Doesn't matter. Tina, a guy, no. After what we've been through, no. That's no surprise that now I find out that the female squirrel is actually a dude squirrel. And they get into a fight, but they got into such a fight. I've never seen squirrels do this before. Sammy's only about this big, minus his tail, and then Big Fat Tina's butt's about that big. So she's like she's like a big rat. Anyways, or he. So Big Fat Tina's sitting in the Sammy squirrel feeder, and there's 3 here, okay? But the square one closest to his stash, hiding place, Sammy just sat in there for like 10 minutes. I mean, Tina sat in there for like 10 minutes and wasn't giving it up. And it was like Sammy went mental. But if you guys have ever seen a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, and I'm sure you've all seen this, where they don't get something they want and they're just screaming their heads off, and they go to one place and scream, and then go to another place and keep screaming, and go to another place and scream. That was the little squirrel. He was freaking mad. It was good stuff. This is what occupies my time. This is my television right here. It's awesome. And there was a flock of seagulls yesterday. There you go. Start singing. It was actually a flock of terns flying overhead. Terns, not turds. Yeah, it got turned up in here. And again, after I left the show last time, I cannot make this up. I was on the phone with Taco, and I ended the show on, I can't believe how much wildlife or something, literally. I should have stayed here because, wait, let's see if you can see. Yeah, so I'm going to point right there where my finger is. There's a patch of grass, and it would have been a deer right there. And then, like, right here in this area here, oh, that's too far over. Right there was a coyote within 10 minutes. A deer and a coyote, and I was like, I told you. And now, yes, there is a jet. Somebody said there was a jet. I'll tell you if it's military or not. No, no, that one's it looks like some dumb commercial plane. So anyways, it's exciting. So there's been military planes flying around. Another military plane flew off right after I took the picture, or no, I didn't take a picture, I just mentioned it yesterday. And then today we had the helicopter again all day, all morning. And then military aircraft again. So I want to know what's going on. Anybody else in the area? Like, Calgary's about a 5-6 hour, maybe 7-hour drive to Cold Lake Air Base, Army Air Base. So it's maybe an hour and a half flight. Maybe they stop here, gas up, pick up some creeps, and then go drop off some creeps. I don't know. But I do think we are in a... And also where we live is south of Lincoln Park. And Fish Creek is right there, so there's lots of interesting things that always go around Fish Creek and that area. So if you guys hear anything or see anything military in your area or anything like that, send me an email so I can post it, or send me a telegram so I can post it. Tell me where you live. But especially in rural areas, keep your eyes peeled. That's always fascinating. So I think that's about it. Oh, yeah, the funny video that I found today is just the last one I posted on my Telegram. Made me freak out and laugh all at the same time. I think I would have left that house on fire. There's a snake coming out of the top of a ceiling fan. And it's like coasting. And then all of a sudden, yeah. I'm like, ah. So if you have Telegram, go watch it. It'll give you a little bit of a laugh. That's my laugh for today. So yeah, that's about all of exciting things I have. You know, just blame it on us Canadians. You know, we're so nice. I'll just say sorry. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry about everything. It's all our fault. Blame it on Canadians. It's fucking Canucks, man. Let's go about. A boot. About. How can I say about? A boot. A boot. A boot. Yeah, that's East Coast. If you're from the West Coast, you just say about. That's the way. Or the West Side. Or Central. But anyways, we all have our weird accents from all over. Sometimes if you're really good and you travel around a lot, you pick up the slang from all the areas. So anyways, that's all I got to say today. I love you all. Have a fun day and fun Saturday. Don't get too worked up about anything. Especially like your family going, what's going on with the Mr. Trump and his indictments? Well, let's just see if they do it for the other side. That's all I kept saying. Maybe one day they'll just arrest the other side. You know, the dark side. Oh, speaking of the dark side, this is the funniest story ever today. Kudos out to Dad. This is the most awesome dad I've seen in a funny long time. I had to go into the dollar store, the pound shop, whatever you want to call it, to pick up something that's like a quarter of the price. It all comes from the same, but whatever. I don't care. I needed it, and I don't have a lot of cash, so I'm in the dollar store, and I'm in paying for my purchase, and there's a dad behind me with 3 boys, 2 twins, and then a kid that's 3 years older. So I'm guessing it was like maybe 7 and 10-year-olds. And one of the 7-year-olds has the only way I could describe it is maybe something you would put on a solarium, like a dome, a plastic, or something for camping, like a plastic dome thing, like, you know, like that you would plop over a plant. And this kid's got these on his head and he's wiggling around. I'm kind of having a giggle, and it looks like they're gardening, right? And so I'm talking to the dad, and I'm like, oh, fun times. I just reminisce about I've got 3 boys myself. And he goes, oh, so you understand. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, these 2 are twins. And I'm like, oh, heavens. And then this, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So they go and pay for their purchases, and I go unlock my bike, and I see them outside the Dollarama. I already knew that the mom was camping, okay? That's something I found out in the store. So Dad's, I thought, just doing yard work with the kids. Oh, shit, no. All 3 kids, this is so funny. All 3 kids had one of the glass domes over their heads and a bamboo stick that was like the size of a switch. So if you whipped it, it would hurt. Like, the skinny ones hurt more. Like, if you don't know anything about old school discipline, the skinny ones hurt more. Do not pick the skinny one. But this is the dad. Full-on protective gear, and each one had a lightsaber. They all look like mini clear garden Darth Vaders. It was so hysterical. I'm like, you win. Like, he totally win. Oh, I was laughing so hard. These kids were just gonna go home. I bet you any money one of them probably acted up, and the dad's like, hey, you want to go play a game at this, get some stuff to play a game at the store? They're all self-disciplined for the next 2 weeks. My kids, my oldest one, my youngest one are 10 years apart. And my youngest one tells his victim story all the time. When he was 4 years old, him and the oldest were having a lightsaber fight with a broken broom, and he's got a scar this big. Right here, you guys. Everybody have a cry. I didn't believe in protective gear. Just figure it out and go play outside. Oh, my youngest one chipped my oldest one's teeth. It's all good. I think they all need to beat on each other like little cubs. So funny. Anyways, I got the dry lung today from, I went biking today, and it's very windy here, and if anybody's been biking when it's windy, yeah, you got a mouthful and it just doesn't go away all day. You're like, I got the black lung pops. Just kidding. Anyways, I love you guys. Have a restful night. Get some good relaxation in. Go ground. Like, I'm going to go roll around in the grass and stuff like that. And have yourself some good food. High vibes. Love you all.